Hello and welcome to the first installment of Schmo to Pro. I'll be your host, Skelevra, or SK, whatever you want to call me. And this first installment is going to be getting the hell out of these cities, especially as a new player. I would say that it's cool to go look around and kind of get the lay of the land, but the way the game is right now, and it's great, it's just a real pain to try and learn the flight mechanics and all the different gameplay loops if you can't get out of the city. You're going to wake up in a hab. Interesting point, no matter how much money you have, how rich or poor you are, this is where you're going to live, in a place just like this. You'll be in a similar suit that I'm in right now. It's an undersuit with a helmet. Use F4 to go to third person. You can look at yourself. I'll leave it up to you to look around your hab when you start playing the game. But let's get out of here. To open a door or whatever, you're going to do what they call inner thought. You press the F key. I'm going mouse and keyboard tonight. And you'll look at that. You press the button. It'll open. Need to try to find an exit. If you spawn in Loreville or Area 18, it's going to be very similar. We're going to find an elevator. You use your F button to look at the button. Click it. It takes it a bit sometimes for the elevator to show up. Meanwhile, you can enjoy the view of the toxic wasteland that is Loreville. And you're going to want to go to the ground floor. Elevators are pretty industrial, pretty servicey. Now, take note, I'm going to try and walk slowly. We're going to walk out here. Like I said, explore on your own, take a look around, get the lay of the land, but I'm going to focus tonight on getting you out of here so that you can actually get in your starter ship and have some fun. Spaceport line. That's where we're gonna go. When you first spawn in, you're in a habitation area. You're in Loreville in Area 18 and New Babbage, which is on Microtech. You're gonna be in a hab, and it's gonna have to take a train to get to the spaceport.
Our empire is at war. Our values are being tested.
Now the train isn't always here, so sometimes you'll have to wait. We got lucky there was a train here.
There's only one candidate.
It goes on its own. They come every 30 seconds, I believe, somewhere in that area. And it's kind of cool when you first start playing the game. It's just amazing that this is all seamless. There's no loading screens. You just move from one place to the other, one gameplay type to the other without any loading screens, etc. And I'm by no means a pro player, but I'm close enough that we can learn something, and we can have some fun.
Please watch your step when disembarking the train.
It's all about the fun.
Security reserves the right to search travelers at any time.
You'll see some other players along the way. I purposely don't have any armor on because I want it to seem as like close proximity to us, like waking up as a new player. You'll have a helmet. You do have to eat and drink in the game. I'm not going to talk about that right now. Okay, when you get to this area over here, this is where your terminals are to call your ships. AI guard knocking me around. Police steer a little rough. See, he's already jacking with people. The guy's upset. At the New Deal shipyard over there where you can buy in-game ships once you have enough UEC to buy one. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to go to this terminal to right here. We're going to spawn a ship, then we're going to walk over to the hangars and get out. This is pretty close to a starter ship. There's an Aegis Avenger Titan, which you could get in a starter package. Maybe a little bit one above a starter package, but it's still pretty close. So let's do that. Now pay attention here because it's going to tell you what hangar you're in. It doesn't always. I'll show you. See, it says Hangar 9. And you see down there, that's where my ship is now. Sometimes it'll have the hangar, but if you don't pay attention to what hangar you're in, you'll be doing musical hangars in the elevator trying to find it. So we're going to walk past this M50 that's on sale there. Lots of elevators. They can all go to the same place. They're like Wonka-vators without the chocolate. I'm going to press this now. Hangar 9, right there. Let's go to our hangar. Cool. Plenty of guards, people walking around. The NPCs, the non-player characters, are walking and moving around. There's a few T-posting, which means the server's got a little problem with the server, but that's to be expected. Sometimes they'll T-pose. If you had a wanted status, they would not be T-posing. They'd be shooting at you. Now this is very similar to an Avenger Titan. The only difference is you cannot enter this ship from the back, which you can in a Titan, but you can't in this one because it's got an EMP in there. This is the fastest way to get into this ship anyway. You hold your F button down, look for enter ship, press it, and then don't do anything. It's gonna get you in there automatically. And sit down and get situated. Now sometimes the canopy will open on its own. That's just a glitch. Just don't worry about it if it does happen to you.
Aegis combat assist activated.
Now this is where you're going to have to call for a takeoff permission. In this particular ship, I use the F11 or the Mobi-Glass. Like here's the Mobi-Glass. I'll go to here, the comlink. Friends, I know it's a weird place, and then Loreville Landing Services. We'll click right there.
You are clear to launch.
And the hangar should open above us. You can press Z to free look. Give the hangars time to open. And then you press Z again, it'll bring you back to lock you back into the flight mode, whatever you want to call it. My terminology isn't always the best, but you know what I'm talking about. Now, let's take off slowly. Now, the thing about Loreville and Area 18, which is most likely where you're going to end up as a starting player, is they have these, what they call landing splines, or like a path that you have to take to leave the area, or it'll autopilot you back into the ground and blow you up, and you'll be pissed off and have to start all over again. Sometimes they're a little hard to find. Okay, there are mine, right there. See? That was good. Sometimes they're not always right in front of you. Get up here. Give it some gas. Follow that path out. Once you get out of these splines, you can kind of fly around freely. You just can't go back down toward the spaceport.
Thank you. And please visit again.
Alright. Let's get some altitude. On Loreville Area 18 and Microtech, you have to reach a little over 10,000 kilometers before you can use your quantum drive to get to these other locations out in outer space. Alright, here we go. Now you'll see these quantum beacons occasionally pop up. Don't quantum to those. That's usually a player that's trying to mark something or a trap of some sort to get you to go there and get all kinds of shot up. And we don't have time for that as a new player. So I'm gonna slow down a little bit. I'm gonna go into my mobi-glass. I'm gonna go down here to the skyline map. Now, have patience with this skyline map. You use your mouse wheel to scroll in and out to get more detail on a particular planet. You double click on the planet itself, and I want to take us up to Everest Harbor, which is the closest space station to Hurston. We can do a lot of we can accept missions, and you can get in and out of there a lot easier than you can if you're on a planet. Okay. Now we'll hit the B button, spool up our quantum drive. You have to be aligned with your target for it to calibrate. You can spool, but you can't calibrate. Hold the B button in. There we are. Now, we're going to move in towards Everest. You have a speed limiter. The mouse wheel will speed limit you. You can see the little line moving right there. And that'll keep you from overspeeding on approaches, combat, and such. Once you get into the red, you lose a lot of maneuverability in your ship. Now there are cops around here, and law enforcement, and if they tell you to stop, stop. They'll scan you, wait till they say free, you're free to go. See right here,
Please
good.
come to an immediate halt.
So I'll stop
Vessel to be scanned.
and just sit here for a minute. Let's see if we can see them from the outside. There they are. They'll scan me, as long as I don't have illegal cargo or a wanted status. They'll tell you we're free to go, and then we can move on to the station.
Okay, thanks. You're clear to proceed.
This happens mostly in Hurston space. It's a high security area. Alright. Now once we get close enough, it'll tell us we can call for a landing. Okay, please contact ATC to land, okay? That's where we can go. Let me show you another way to do it. Besides going in the mobi-glass, sometimes you can use your MFDs, which are these panels. You can go to Menu, Comms, and this, see right there, it says Everest Harbor. Click on that. It's another way to call for
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
landings or takeoffs without going into your mobi-glass. They don't always work, so I'm glad it worked for us this time. And you'll see this little arrow, down arrow area. That's our landing pad. You can't land anywhere else, or you'll get a fine. Kind of ease on over there, like an old man into a hot tub. Okay, ease on down. Now sometimes I like to do here is hover above the stab pad a little bit and see if I can get repairs and refuel on my ship. Because sometimes if you land, you won't get it. And don't be surprised if you get scanned again while you're waiting around here. So you go back into your mobi-glass, vehicle maintenance services, and you see how they, even if we haven't landed quite yet, we're able to get fuel, repairs, such.
Hydrogen fuel at 100%.
Wait for a minute. You hear some more clicking in a minute, maybe. You can also watch your MFDs to see if a little red flashes to see. I think that's everything. And we'll just go ahead and drop down and land. Helps to have your landing gear down. That's why I call this Schmo to Pro. Sometimes we're all schmoes.
Landing gear deployed.
Hey, how about that? A landing gear. What a trivial thing. Forget.
Landing
Okay.
complete.
Here we go.
Landing complete.
Power down.
Pleasant stay.
And exit the ship. Now the Titan, you can actually press the Y key and exit the back. Actually leaving your chair, it spins you around and then you'll go out to the back, but I'll show you what the back of mine looks like because you can't get in there. This is a EMP, so you can't get past that little energy device back there. So this is only one way in and out of this ship. Okay, and then we'll go over here to where it says rest and relax. Now, once you're in here, you're in an airlock, so you're okay to take your helmet off if you need to. You have to wait a little bit for the elevator. Just because it didn't come immediately doesn't mean it's not on the way. You hear it? There it is. Okay. Lobby. And now we are off of Loreville and able to accept missions, go do combat, come and go easily. And once you land here also, you're saved here. So if you do die in combat or wreck out or whatever before you land at another big station or city, you'll come back here. You won't go back to Loreville. Unless you go back there and land. Okay, there you are. Hey, how you doing? Cool armor. Alright. And you'll see it shows us on pad 2 how to store our ship real quick. Excellent. And that's the first installment of Schmo to Pro.